Let's now get some more insights from the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Oloronimbe Mamora, as the world marks the Universal Health Coverage Day. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Mamora.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
So today is World Universal Health Coverage Day. To what extent would you say Nigerians are enjoying universal health coverage?
Well, for me, it's a process. And you keep working at it with the goal in focus, which essentially is ensuring that everybody, everyone, everywhere has access to healthcare delivery. And in saying that, we must ensure that it is available to start with, because if it's not available, you cannot access it. And when you now access it, we want to be sure that it's also affordable. And finally, we want to ensure that it's not at hardship to the one accessing this health. And of course, ensure that it's of quality health care delivery. So these are the main issues when you talk about universal health coverage. And of course, we want to be sure as well that the vulnerable groups are well taken care of. The elderly, women, children, the physically challenged, and the likes.
So it's an ongoing project. It's a work in progress.
It is.
Okay, so there's no denying the fact that Nigeria's health sector is bedeviled by myriad challenges. There's the pandemic. The health sector is only just recovering from a long strike. And of course, medical personnel are exiting the country in droves. What is government doing to check this trend? Well,
there are so many reasons why people may want to leave the country. And particularly, we're talking of health personnel, whether nurses, doctors, pharmacists, medical laboratory scientists, what have you. But one of the things that we have seen is that, yes, we have some concerns about the sector in terms of environment that is conducive to practice the trade, in which case it's not just the physical structure, we're also looking at the equipments available to enable you, ply your trade in whatever capacity. Then, of course, you're also looking, when we talk of conducive environment that you're happy to work in terms of the facilities being on ground to make you perform optimally. Then you also have the issues of adequacy of the human resource for health in terms of where you need 10 doctors, 10 doctors are available, where you need 5 nurses are available, and all that. And again, issues of remunerations, issues of incentives, issues of allowances. All this come into play and must be factored in a manner as to make that system sustainable. It is not just an issue of, okay, you have this now, or ad hoc. No. Sustainability is. So we are looking at all this in totality to ensure that our health personnel, in whatever category they remain. But the first thing remains that, irrespective of what you do, in the spirit of adventure, there are some people who will still want, to live, and we may not have much to do.
There's no time to explore that point, Dr. Mamora. We'll leave it for another day. But we must get this in before you go. COVID-19 has been with us for almost 2 years now, and the latest variant, Omicron, the world over, is the fear of it is the beginning of wisdom. And at the start of the bulletin, we heard that the Minister of Aviation saying that the government will soon ban those countries that put Nigeria on their own red list. What were the reasons that informed the PSC arriving at this decision, besides it being a clearly tit-for-tat move?
No. I don't want you to look at it from that angle. That tit for tat. No, it's not that. You see, in international politics and diplomacy, I'm aware that you have what we call the principle of reciprocity, in which case you want to act in a reciprocal manner that another country has acted. But most importantly, in all this, is that as a sovereign state, we have every right to determine what is best for us in terms of our interests. So whichever way we act, it's in consonance with what we assess or what we take to be in our own best interest. So it's not an issue of tit for tat.
So it's been done in national interest?
In the best interest of our country.
All right. Dr. Olorunnibe Mamora, Minister of State for Health, we thank you for your time and thoughts on the news at 10 on Channels Television.
Thank you very much for inviting me.